What's going on, peeps? Got a different video for you for Halls of Torment. We're going to be comparing the live version of the items compared to the beta version of the items, and I will give you my thoughts on these changes that they made. Let's go.
Okay.
So the item on top of the screen is how it is now on the live version. The bottom is the beta. The ruby circlet is probably the best fire item that you can have. The other ones are kind of mute and I don't like them really. They need to be kind of altered to better spread fire or burning, in my opinion. This headpiece is good if you go with fire abilities, like a pure fire ability build, or if you are the exterminator. So incorporating this with the other fire items doesn't really work, especially if you don't use fire abilities. The ring does not spread fire enough. The chest piece, the boots, the gloves, it just doesn't spread fire effectively enough. The helmet is still pretty good for certain builds. So again, the ring does not transfer enough fire. I love the idea of set items working together cooperatively to kind of change ultimately how a character plays. I love that idea. I think it just needs a little more tweaking. So I'm probably not going to use this very much. Pacesetter, one of the better boots that you can actually equip in the game, now has more health regeneration. Love it. It's a good change. These boots become even better. Blazing Shell, the fire chest piece. Same thing as the other fire items. It needs a better way to spread fire. I think the fire items need some tweaking. I won't be using this. Sparking Tips, again, would love to see more fire spread. I won't be using this in the beta. It's not good enough for me. All these items that have you standing still to receive the maximum benefit, probably no longer useful. With the agony mode coming in, the new map becoming harder, the monsters having more health, you're not going to be able to stand in one spot anymore. You're going to have to be moving. Still a pretty decent ring when compared to the other rings. I'll probably still be using this. Collar of Confidence, you can have more confidence that you're going to do more damage. More health on enemies means they're going to be in your range. Increases max to 75%. You're going to be doing a lot more damage. I'm going to be using this for sure. This nerf took the wind out of my sails. Total attack speed lowered by 20%. Ouch! Ouch! With this nerf, you have higher monster health and an increase of total monsters on your screen, and you're giving this a nerf of attack speed. Oof, ouch. I don't like it. It's still one of the better crowns that you can, or headpieces that you can use. I'm still going to be using it, but it hurts to get a nerf on this. More health regen for this headpiece. For 60 seconds, you get 1% health per second, rather than 30 seconds. More health overall. It's alright. Good buff, but I'm still not going to be using this. No change here. It might be able to pair with the lightning ring, but same thing with the fire ring, right? I feel like it needs a little bit more oomph to it before I start using it. Again, there's better options out there. I will not be using this. Warcry from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Still better options out there. I like where they're going. Still not going to use this. Unsuspected nerf on this one right here. So with stronger monsters, more monsters, they're going to come in your range. It's just going to decrease your damage. I don't know if this was intended, but definitely a nerf to this amulet. There are better options out there. I will not be using this. Gatherer's Charm, unchanged, good to farm ingredients for potions. Use it when you need it. Huge nerf to one of the most used amulets in the game. You're basically hindering yourself if you bring this into the map because at level 50, it has no benefit. I would like a base benefit to be maintained throughout the whole map to make this more viable. I have not used this a single time in the beta. There are better options that are needed. Scars of Toil gets a little bit of a buff. It's actually pretty massive. I have a build that actually incorporates this into it. I'll be sharing this video pretty soon here. I like this amulet. I like this buff. I use this from time to time. Slight increase in crit bonus damage. This is probably one of the better rings. I like this buff. It did pretty good. I would love to see a bit of a buff for all the summoning rings. They're unchanged at this moment, but I like my summoning rings. I wish they were a little bit better. No change on the Iron Ring. Base attack damage at 10. It's good to start off with, but it kind of just flutters out towards the end. There's better rings. Scaly Summoning Ring, I would love to see a little buff here. Same thing with the other summoning rings. I like summons. Please buff. Same thing for the rats. Summoning ring. I want to see some buffs. Similar to the fire ring, 15% electrify chance. I would like to see a little bit of a buff for these items. Maybe some more cooperation with other equipment that utilizes electricity. I'd like to see that. Currently, I do not use this. Show me the person that is bringing this ring into every single map that they play. I don't believe they exist. Why would someone ever opt in for this ring over a ring that gives you extra damage, something that can be used throughout the whole map? I don't know who would. There's better options out there. I'd probably leave this as a drop item chance and not something that you can take out of the map. I don't think it's being used. Or if you have it like this, if you take it out, add an extra benefit to it that can be used throughout the whole map. Because right now, it's kind of useless. Pretty fun ring. I like it. I use it from time to time. Unchanged. And it's still decent. One of the better rings, in my opinion, gets a 5% increase for crit chance. Love it. I use it pretty often. Pretty massive buff to the chainmail. I like the buff. I still really haven't used it. I prefer some other armor rather than this one, but I like the idea. If you plan on getting hit a lot, then Defiant Plate is for you. Otherwise, go with something else. I like the buff, but I don't know. It just doesn't quite hit right for me. I prefer other armors than this one. Hunter's Garb got double nerfed. More monsters, more health. You can't really stand still, and it gets less damage. Used to use this a lot. Now I don't use it really at all. Blood-soaked shirt, unchanged. Still get a little bit more extra chance to heal you. If you're getting hit a lot, this might be a good option. But if you're on map 4, those monsters are pretty beefy. I would opt for some other armor than this one. Plate armor, good buff. I actually use this with one of my builds. Huge increase to health and block strength. Huge. Love it. Love this buff. I use this item. Booty Cheeks Cloak. Ooh. Hate this one. I love the idea if like the fire chest piece kind of incorporated how this mechanic works. I would love the fire chest piece, but it doesn't. And this one is just kind of annoying. You can't see anything in the smog or smoke that it drops. And if enemies are in there and you're in there, good luck. Just good luck. Choose a different chest piece. I like these boots. I enjoy having a chain stun on mini bosses. That's really fun. They're probably one of my more used boots. There's a couple that I prefer more. But I like this. It's unchanged. Maybe a little buff, please. Good boot, but not the best. There is a boot that will give you more block strength than these. Choose that boot, not this one. What more can I say about the fire items? I don't know. Choose something different. It's okay. Not the best. These are the boots that I prefer for block strength increase. If I'm planning on increasing my block strength, these will give me the most benefit. A little change in movement speed by 5%. Meh, I use other boots. Now, these gloves I love. I use them pretty often. I love this buff. One of my most used gloves. Great set of gloves. Probably my most used glove. Very nice piece. Highly recommend it. There is no change to these and they stay where they are. As pretty damn good. Does anyone else use other gloves with the Warlock? I don't know. Unchanged. I love these gloves for the Warlock. Very good. I don't think I've ever used these gloves. There's better options. Not much else to say. Pretty decent gloves. I use it from time to time just to test them out. But obviously I prefer other ones. Still can't really find a use for these in like the agony modes or map 4. You need to attack. Definitely viable for the easier content, but right now I am just using other gloves. Very interesting proc on these gloves. I haven't used them. I prefer other ones. Alright, Maiden's Tear, regenerate an extra 10%. Alright, there's better amulets out there. Pretty big buff to the helmet. Great name. Love that. Love the name. But pretty big buff. I like this buff. But will I use it over the other ones that I prefer? Maybe not. Bogged boots. Have the same issue of the fire boots. I just wish it was more versatile, or if it like spread a little bit more. I don't know. Not sure what to do with these. I have never used them. I probably will never use them unless they get buffed. So don't. Blood Catcher has no change. Yeah, easy enough. No change. I'll never use this. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. It goes such a long way and I greatly appreciate it. If you think I have a wrong take or if I should try one of these items that I kind of bashed in a certain build, let me know down below. And also give me your thoughts on the beta so far. I'm having fun with it. The content might be a little too difficult based on the nerfs that they did, but let me know what you think. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.